roll up, your life not working, you don't have a boyfriend, or your boyfriend's not doing what he's supposed to do, your friends are talking about you, you don't have any friends, you have no job, or your job is just leeching everything out of you, you have people talking about you, you don't have enough people talking about you, your life is in the toilet, your life is just not where it's supposed to be, not where you want it to be. What you need is witchcraft. The magic pill, everything you desire in one magic pill. Just take the pill and everything that your heart's desire will come to you. All you have to do is swallow the pill. Blessed be, and welcome to the Circle of Heka. I'm Lady Amaris. Witchcraft is not a magic pill. When it comes to spell work, many people, and as I've said in my previous video, perception and reality, have this perception that magic and witchcraft is going to cure all of their problems. All I have to do is say this magic spell and all of my problems will be solved. Give me this money spell and I'll be a millionaire, or I won't have to worry about money anymore. Give me this job spell, or I'm lonely, I want a boyfriend. Give me a boyfriend spell. I don't like that person, they keep saying horrible things about me. Get rid of them. Hex spells. Banishing spells, whatever it is. I don't like you, so I'm going to use witchcraft against you. I'm going to use magic to get what I want. Now, magic helps. Magic is about changing your perceptions and changing the way you think about things and molding and shaping the universe. But as I said in my previous video on perception and reality, is that this earthly plane is a solid object that you need to pick away at. It's going to take time to mold and shape a really solid object, as opposed to, say, if you are trying to, say, mold and shape smoke. It won't take very long for you to make a dent in smoke or make a difference in that shape, but that is not going to be a constant thing. Matter and this earthly plane is a slower, constant thing. So saying a magic spell and lighting a candle and then expecting, is a money candle, money to fall into your lap, is not going to happen if you're not putting other things in place. It's having an idea about what you want and not being, again, stuck in a fantasy world where magic is going to cure every single thing. It's not. It's a balance. Magic can help, but also you need to do things on a physical level, on a mundane level. Now, what that may mean is that you need to plan things out. You need to do a series of spells, maybe, in order to get what you want. So again, this is that perception and reality. It's how these concepts feed into each other a little bit more. The magic pill, the same as the magic pill in weight loss. Again, I'll go on the weight loss thing. Is that the idea that you take this pill and the kilos are going to drop off. That doesn't happen, because even in those magic pill weight loss things, it's in conjunction with a diet and exercise program. So you're doing physical, mundane things to help that magic pill. So that's the same with spells and witchcraft. You hear, I've heard it quite often that people use the example that they've had people who have done, say, a spell to get a job. And that spell has been, they've done the spell and then they've just sat on their butt. They haven't applied for jobs, they haven't done anything active in order to help them along. And I know people will say, well, if magic is so great, then I don't need to. But you need to meet things kind of halfway. You need to help the magic along. The magic will give you opportunities, but you have to be actively looking for work to help those opportunities along, to speed up the process, so to speak. And if you aren't actively looking for work, or at least applying for jobs, if you're doing a job spell, then especially if you've petitioned a deity, or you've just put it out there, even in your subconscious, if you're not actively looking for work, then subconsciously you don't want another job. You're telling the deities that you, or the spirits that you may have petitioned in that work, that I don't really want this. So they're just going to go, oh well, should we really give that to them, because it doesn't seem like they really want it. So that's where you need to start helping it along, meeting it halfway. Spells aren't the cure for everything. Again, it's not the magic pill, it's not the cure-all. You need to use magic or spells in conjunction with other things. Making sure that maybe you're doing enough spells. It's not that one big awesome spell and everything is going to change. Okay, it may mean that you need to plan out a series of spells. You have that goal where you have, yes, that large ongoing spell, maybe, because it is a large goal, that is an ongoing spell, and then you have small little, maybe stepping stone spells that will help you to get closer. So in my previous video, I've used the analogy of this is reality and this is where you want to be, and in order to bridge that gap between reality and where you want to be, you need to do those stepping stone spells. So in order to bring reality and your goal into alignment, okay? So it is those small little spells, it is those things that you are doing in a mundane way, that when those opportunities arise, so you're walking down the street and an opportunity arises and comes into your field. Now, if you're not doing anything, then you're going to bypass that opportunity. But that opportunity is there, okay, if you then take on that opportunity or go into that new direction, then that will start forging that way for you to start manifesting that goal. But if you're continually doing what you've always been doing, then you're not going to get it. You're going to miss those opportunities. You're going to miss those little tiny flags of, oh, how about I go down this street instead of the street that I normally go down, and suddenly there's an opportunity, okay? Those little things, those little subtle things that start to move in your reality, that start to then gain momentum. So if you're moving in one direction and you've got a large momentum, and you need to then start moving in another direction in order to get what you want to manifest, then it's those small little increments. And if you're continually moving in that one direction, almost resisting that by not helping your spell, then you're going to continue moving in that direction, and your spell is going to peter out and or take a lot longer to manifest than it should by rights manifest, if that makes any sense. So there's no magic pill, there's no quick fix, there's no shortcuts. You do a spell, you need to put everything you've got into that spell. You need to then start working behind the scenes in order to start getting that spell to manifest. And when you are working behind the scenes, you're in that idea of that spell is going to work, because you are working towards that goal as if you've already got that goal. You've already got that job. So you're working to get your foot in the door, if that makes any sense. You're not going back going, oh, did that spell work? Did that spell work? You're actively going, spell's working, don't need to worry about that, going off and doing something else. The same as in you've put some water on the boil, you're now chopping up the other bits and pieces of the food, because the water's boiling. You don't need to worry about it. You don't need to keep thinking about that. You are actively now taking on the next step of the creation of your food, or the creation of your, the manifestation of your goal, okay? So you know that things are happening in the background, don't need to worry about it. And that's the same as your spell. You know that spell's working in the background, helping you out, don't need to worry about it, don't need to keep going, is my spell working, is my spell working? Just keep moving forward in order to achieve that goal. Let's use the idea again of you have your spell man. And your spell man, you've done your spell, and the spell man goes, right, he goes out and he physically, or astrally, or however you think, will go out and actively start moving things around, start moving the rocks in another direction so that, the road goes in that new direction. He'll start moving tables and chairs and people and whatever it takes in order for the things, the energies to start moving in the direction that you want to go, okay? Now, as he's doing all of that, as your spell man is in the nuts and bolts of creating and helping to manifest your desire, if you keep going back and going, is that spell working? Oh, I'm not sure, thinking about the spell man comes back and goes, what do you want? What? And realizes that you're just thinking about the spell, and just goes, and then goes back to his job of trying to manifest that goal. Now, every time you keep thinking about that spell, that little spell man has to come back and go, what do you want? So all of those times he comes back and then has to go back and do what he wants is time that is taking away from your spell. All right? So think of it as that way of, if you're continually thinking about it, continually worrying about it, then you are your worst enemy, in the fact that you are the obstacle to your manifestation. There's nothing else out there that is being manipulative and stopping you from your goal or whatever. You're the only person that is, by continually thinking about and worrying about whether your spell is going to work. So as I said before, it's the water on the boil. Don't worry about it. Get on with the rest of the work. Then you know that when you come back, your water is boiled and is ready to go for the next step, okay? Many people don't do the mundane things. They don't think rationally, I think. They have almost this fantasy that the magic is going to save them and cure them, and they don't have to do anything. It's that outward idea of that something on the outside has control of their life, and if they use this magic spell or they say these magic words, then the deity is going to help them, or this witch that you do a spell for me or give me a spell that's going to help me. It is putting the onus on the outside instead of thinking about yourself in that manifestation process, and being a little bit more realistic with your magic. Again, getting away from the perception of Hollywood magic, of Harry Potter and various other movies where there's the pixie dust or there's that light show and the thing happens. It's not like that, and coupling magic with the mundane is the better way. So a few things that you need to think about when it comes to using magic and witchcraft. Don't get wrapped up in the fantasy of witchcraft, in the fact that the spell is going to be a cure-all for everything. If you're sick, go to a doctor, get checked out. Your spells can help you by, at least if you know what it is that's wrong with you, you can work spells and you can work healing magics and other things to help you to heal and to help facilitate that healing. But if you don't know what's wrong with you, then your magic is just going off in all different directions because you have no focus. If you are wanting a money spell, maybe take a few steps back and go, okay, well, what am I spending my money on all the time? Why is it I don't have a lot of money? Is it because maybe I need a better job, or is it because I keep spending my money on, you know, ridiculous things, things that I'm not prioritizing my money on? You know, I'm not paying the rent, and I'm not you know, buying food or any of the you know, the power or the water bills or whatever it is, but there seems to be heaps of money for cigarettes, and there heaps of money for alcohol, or going out on holidays and doing, you know, various other things, buying heaps of DVDs, whatever it is. There seems to be heaps of money for that, but not enough for, you know, basic necessities, basic things that you need to survive. You know, food, shelter, you know, water. But you know, you seem to have lots of money for DVDs and various other things that aren't basic human needs. So if you are continually wanting money spells for that sort of thing, just take a step back and look at it in a mundane way, and look at how you can help yourself, because again, you're going to have a money spell that's going to help you, but if then you're using that money to buy some more DVDs, or to go to the movies, or, you know, go on holiday, or buy a new dress, or whatever it is, then instead of paying, you know, the bills, which you originally said that you wanted the spell for, then you need to get your priorities in check and just work out, again, are you your own worst enemy? Just, you need to help your spells, and your spells aren't the only thing. It's, again, being in that, almost that fantasy world where you're hoping that something otherworldly will save you, and you don't have to do anything yourself. Okay, you don't have to be responsible for yourself. You don't. All of those things will be cured by the magic pill of witchcraft. It's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. So you have to have a little bit of reality in there. You have to be patient and have a bit of reality. I hope that makes some sense, and that you're a little bit more aware of certain things that may be hindering your spell work, and certain mindsets that will help you achieve better results with your spell work. Merry meet, merry part, and merry meet again. Blessed be. Roll up, your boyfriend's not doing what he's supposed to be doing. You don't even have a boyfriend, you don't have a job, your life is shit, you want something to happen, you want it to happen fast. What you need is witchcraft. You don't even have a boyfriend. There's that skanky bitch on the other side who keeps talking about you. Roll up. Your life isn't working. Your boyfriend's not doing what he's supposed to do. You don't even have a boyfriend. You have no friends, no work, no life. You can't get your shit together. If you like this video and want to see more, please click on the links provided. If you think this witchcraft thing may be for you, please subscribe. Blessed be.